to another episode of McAllen Parks Unplugged. Today we will be working on lower body, so please stay tuned and join us for our workout. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our stretching. We want to make sure that we're not stiff and we're ready to perform different exercises. So the first thing we're going to do our toe touch. So we're going to extend our legs out. And here we want to reach only as far as we can. You don't want to strain your back, you don't want to strain your legs, so only to where it feels comfortable. And you're going to slowly reach to where you feel pull right behind your legs. And also you're going to feel a slight pull on your back, which is good. But again, you don't want it to be painful to where it actually strains your back or your legs. So here you can hold for 10 seconds. 1, and slowly you're gonna come back up and release. So the first stretching that we will be performing will be the toe touch. With this we want to be gentle. We don't want to strain our back, we don't want to strain our legs. So what we're gonna do is place our legs out in front of us, toes pointing the ceiling as far as they can, and you're slowly going to reach over to touch your toes, only if you can. Just go as far as you can without hurting yourself. And again, you're gonna feel a slight pull, but nothing should be painful. This you wanna hold for about 10 seconds. So let's count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You release and come back up slowly. Always securing that back, and also make sure you don't hurt the underside of your legs. After this, we're gonna move on to our core twists. So we're gonna start with the right, and we wanna do this in a controlled motion. We wanna keep our core tight and secure. So we're gonna twist right, come back to center, twist left, come back to center, and just perform a couple more times. Right, center, left, center, and we can release. Our next stretch is going to be our shoulder stretch. So we're gonna reach our right arm backwards as if we're patting our back. With our opposite hand, we're gonna reach over to our elbow and slightly tug on that elbow to where you feel that light stretch. And again, you don't wanna be too hard on your arm. Just make sure it's comfortable. This, again, we can hold for about 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We can release, and let's switch arms. Now our left hand goes back, right hand holds the opposite elbow, and we'll count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We can release. And lastly, since we're going to be doing some leg workouts, it's important to have flexible hips. So what we're going to do is continue to the butterfly pose. So you just have to put both of your feet together, again, only to where you feel comfortable. And we're gonna be holding this for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We can release and extend. And that would be our warm-up. So today we're focusing on lower body, especially our legs. We want to keep our legs strong, and as I mentioned before, resistance training and weight training help us to keep our bone density strong, as well as our muscle mass, which allows us to do our daily activities. So incorporating exercise as our daily routine will definitely help us in the long run. Our first exercise for today will be sit to stand. So for this one, we're gonna be comfortably on our chairs. We want our legs to be almost shoulder width apart. I encourage you to have your hands up front. This is gonna help with stability. So what we want is to come back up, controlled and slowly, and then you're gonna sit back down, and that would be 1 rep. So again, this is working our lower body. Now we're gonna go ahead and have our team demonstrate. So arms out, and we're gonna go up for 1, down, up for 2, down, keep your core engaged, up for 3, down, 4, down, and last one, and down, that's 5. Okay, our next exercise is going to be the modified squat. So we're going to be using our chairs for support. If you don't feel like you can do a squat just on your own yet, I highly suggest that you have something as backup, for example, the chair. So for your modified squat, you're going to come behind your chair, and you're going to use the backrest as support. So you can have your hands just hanging over or actually holding the backrest, and you're going to squat down. You don't want your knees to go past your toes. That's really important because that can cause knee damage. So you come back up, and that's 1 rep, and again, down for 2, and back up. So now we're going to have our team demonstrate. And we're going to go down for 1, and up, 2, and up, 3, keep those knees safe, down once more, up, and lastly. Good job. This exercise will be our knee extension. For this one, we do need to be seated down, and you want your knees to be at a 90-degree angle to the ground. And what we're going to do is we're going to lift and extend our leg. If you have a dumbbell, you can place it on your leg here, and you're going to be lifting 1 leg at a time. So you're going to be extending that knee, and again, that helps with strengthening those knees, which is really important for our daily activity. So we're going to start with our right leg. We're going to extend up, hold for about 2 seconds, bring it back down to that 90-degree angle, and then we'll alternate to the left. Up, and bring it back down to that 90-degree angle. So our team is going to go ahead and demonstrate. And we can go ahead and get started with the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we can alternate to our left leg. And you want to keep that 90-degree angle on that knee. So up for 1, 2, 3, 4, and lastly 5. Good job. Our last exercise for our knees, we can't forget our calves, right? A lot of us tend to focus on the forward side of our legs. We can't be forgetting about the back side of the legs, and today we're going to focus on our calves. So we're going to be sitting down for this exercise, and this will be the calf raise. Again, you want your knees to be at that 90-degree angle to the ground, and we're going to be holding on to the sides of the chair for support. What we're going to do here, we're just going to go on our toes, lift, hold for 2 to 3 seconds, come back down slowly, and repeat that motion. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds, come back down, and you're going to feel that burn on your calves. So we're going to have our team demonstrate for us. Hands off to the side of the chair for support. We're going to go on our toes for 1, come back down, up, come back down, up, come back down, up, and you should feel that on your calves. And lastly, great job. So this is it for our leg exercises. We're going to go ahead and move on to a quick cool down. It's very important that after we exercise, we do another set of stretches, or we can better call them cool downs. So for our cool downs, we're going to be sitting down, and we're going to focus on our neck first. So what we're going to do is turn our neck side to side, but we want to do it in a controlled motion. We don't want to strain our neck. So sitting straight up, spine straight, we're going to be switching from our right side, coming back to center, going to the left, coming back to center. And again, you want to be careful as you do these motions because you don't want to cause any strain on your neck. So we can go ahead and perform that. So we go right, come back to center, left, come back to center, right, center, left, center, and one more time. Right, center, and left, center. Our next exercise for our cool down is going to be our seated back bend. So for this one, what we want to do is come to the edge of our seat. Our hands will be gripping our chair for support, and what we want to do is create an arch on our back, lifting our chest up to the ceiling and making sure that we're expanding both our chest and our back. So as you're holding onto the chair, you're going to bend and pretty much lift up your chest. You can hold for about 3 seconds and come back to neutral position. So let's have our team perform that. We're at the edge of our seats, holding on for support, and let's go ahead and begin. Hold for 2 seconds, come back to neutral position. Take a deep breath when you're doing this. Hold for 2 seconds, back to neutral position, and last one. Take a deep breath, back to neutral position, and we breathe out. Our next cool down is going to be our side stretch. So on our chair, we're going to, again, use the side of the chair for support. With one of the hands, we're going to be holding on for that support. Our opposite hand, we're going to create that C shape to be able to get that side, and you're going to feel it all through here. Again, you don't want to strain yourself. Only reach out to where it feels comfortable and you're actually feeling that stretch that you need. So one hand for support, opposite creating a C shape, and you can hold for 3 to 5 seconds. Come back down and alternate. Okay, we're gonna have our team perform this stretch. So we'll start with our right. Come back to center. Opposite arm. Feel that stretch. Come back to center. And you can perform this 5 to 7 times. Our last cool down exercise is going to be our hip stretch. As I mentioned earlier, it's very important to have healthy hips. We don't want them to be too tight because we want to perform our daily activities, and this has a huge impact on that. So we're going to be sitting down. We're going to be crossing one leg over the other, almost to create a 4. And we're going to reach over only to where your body feels comfortable. You don't want to strain your back, you don't want to strain your legs and your knees especially. We're going to put both of our hands on our legs and we're going to reach forward. Our chest is going to come down closer to our leg, only to where it feels comfortable. If you start to feel pain, come back up a little bit more, only to where you feel that slight stretch on there. So our team is going to go ahead and perform it. We're going to start with our right leg. And let's go ahead and bend forward. Let's hold it there for 3, 2, 1. And down. And then we can alternate legs. Let's bring our chest forward. And you should be feeling an opening on your hip area. It should be stretching out. You're also, of course, going to be feeling a slight pull on the back of your leg, on your hamstrings, because they work hand in hand. Thank you for joining us today in our workouts. We invite you to stay tuned for our further Unplugged videos on McAllenparks.net.